So this is some flight footage from my first race flight setup. So just want to try to give you my final overviews of it during this flight. Um, First of all, the set software was pretty easy to set up. Probably the best thing that I liked about it, which you'd probably think would be the wizards, but not having to worry about a boot button to install new firmware. That's probably my best. Not having to try to get into DFU mode. It pretty much worked without pushing any kind of button or anything on the FC. So if that's one thing that I truly liked about it, that was great. Because there's no telling how many times I have to plug in the USB while holding the boot button or either jumping pads. That is probably the best thing about Raceflight. Now, of course, the second thing would be the Wizards. They were great, especially the orientation wizard. That was definitely probably the best one. Now, I do have to say this. I did put race flight rates on, and you'll notice that I did put 15 instead of 0.15. And that kind of messed me up at my start. I thought there was something actually wrong with my FC. So um, that was totally my fault. Now, once I got them, I were able to get the latest version and software on my race flight. Um, now, the I really got tired of the Wizards after going through it multiple times, thinking there was something that was wrong with my setup, and there was. It was my Betaflight rates that I put in there. So, what I would say would use the race flight default rates first, and then just to make sure you're up and running and flying. Don't change anything. Go through your wizards and then do a test flight first. Now, um, so I kind of got tired of the wizards going through them and through them and through them. I mean, I bet I installed multiple versions and just almost had gave up. I was almost ready to pull the FC off. But um, this is where I have a problem with race flight. First of all, no OSD. Now I know they've got a board coming out with it right now, but my thing is Betaflight's had it for quite some time now, and should have already been implemented, especially with three versions of the board. But my main gripe about Raceflight is the promise of perfect flying right out of the box. I have tried multiple of their pre-set up PIDs and their pre-set up um, filters. I've taken filtering all the way off, and if you can watch through this flight video, you can notice there is a lot of prop wash. So it's almost like the illusion that Apple has out there that says, Apple always runs great and gets no viruses, which is definitely a lie. But in the end, I think it's going to turn out well. Obviously, I'm going to have to learn how to tune this because, I mean, uh, the way my understanding was it's supposed to be perfect right out the box. Minimal, if not any tuning should have to be done. And to be quite honest with you, I think the default tune on Betaflight is better than the default tune on Raceflight. And like I said, even though changing through their default tunes, you would think this one would be pretty good. Captain Vanover's tune has a Win 5 frame and the Raceflight stack, so you would think it would be pretty close, but it is not. I did try just raising the D gain up on the tune and did not really get rid of this prop wash. So obviously I'm going to have to do a little research to try to do a little bit better tuning. But in the end, yeah, it's okay. It's not like the magic pill that makes you lose weight. Basically meaning that there is no work once you install it. You're still going to have to tune right race flight. So Yeah, seems like pretty solid components. I don't have a problem with that. It's just um, the um, the inception of being a perfect tune right out of the box. So I can tell you that is not true. But thanks for checking out my video, and hopefully these final thoughts and review will be helpful. And I hope you've enjoyed the build out video. I know it wasn't the best edit ever, but thank you very much for watching. Take care. Bye.